Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hello if you're new. Today I'm doing a makeup tutorial from start to finish using all affordable products. A lot of this is all from the drugstore. I do have a lot of the AOA Studio products from shopmissa.com. I love their products. They're only like $1 each, which is so budget friendly. So if you guys want to see how I do this very soft fall glam look, then definitely keep watching. Let's get into this easy tutorial. So for foundation today, I'll be using the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Foundation. And because the shade range isn't the greatest, I do have to mix in a little bit of this NYX White Foundation Mixer to lighten it. I've talked a lot about this foundation on my channel. I think it's so beautiful. It really gives your skin this luminous glow and it lasts all day. It's just a really nice foundation. I'm just going to sort of dot this all over just randomly, and I'm going to use my Mochi blender from Miss A. I've been really loving this sponge and I didn't plan it out, but do you see my nail polish matches my beauty sponge and I didn't even plan that. So moving on to some color correcting, I'm just going to use this e.l.f. color correcting stick for dark circles because we have some dark circles. I'm just going to apply a little bit under the eyes and then take that same sponge and blend that out. And then I will go in with my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define in the shade C1 just to apply over top. For eyeshadow primer today, I'll be using the one from Milani Cosmetics. I'm just going to warm this up on the back of my hand and apply a nice even layer and just kind of tap it out. So to set the under eye area and the rest of the face, I'm using these AOA Studio setting powders. I have one in the shade Brightening and one in Soft Light. So to set my concealer, I'm using the shade Brightening. And I'm not baking, I'm just very lightly pressing to set that area. And I feel like the sponge just does the lightest and best application and just kind of pressing that into the skin. I'm also going to take some of this over the eyelid to kind of set that eyeshadow primer. So to set my foundation, I'm going to use a very small amount of this powder in the shade Soft Light. I really like this. It's the perfect very light powder. I'm just literally setting the foundation. I don't want any like extra coverage, so these powders are really nice because they don't add a ton of color. So I'm going to do my eyebrows really quickly off camera and just get that done and out of the way. You guys know the drill. I use my favorite products, and these are actually from the drugstore. Go figure. They are my favorite. The NYX Brow Pomade in black and the Milani Brow Shaping Gel. So I will be back in just a moment. So to warm up the face today, I'm using, again, my favorite, the e.l.f. Bronzer Palette in Bronzed Beauty. This does come in two different shades. This is the lighter one. And of course, you can tell which one I'm going to use, this one right here. I just placed an order from Ulta and ordered one of the bronzers from Milani, the new matte ones. So I'm hoping that could be, you know, I need to switch things up a little bit. I know I tend to use the same products over and over, but I can't help it. You know, once I find something that works, I tend to just keep using it over and over again. Alright, so I'm just going to take some of this bronzer and just lightly warm up the face. For blush today, I'm going to reach for my custom blush palette. I did a video quite a while back where I did depot all of my Jordana blushes. If you haven't tried Jordana Cosmetics, again, they're another really great drugstore brand. I can usually find these at Kmart. I know a lot of Kmarts are closing, but I've seen them at Kmart, and sometimes I will see them at Walgreens, so that's where you can find Jordana Cosmetics in store. But here are all of my Jordana blushes. I just have it in this magnetic palette. You can get these off of shopmissay.com. I will put links below if you guys want to check it out. I think the color I'm going to use today is this one right here, and it's called, I have to check the bottom. I did write the names on the bottom. This is number 44, Sweet Honey. And I always think of Honey, my dog Honey, when I think of this name. It's just a nice kind of nude. It has a little bit of a peachy undertone. I think it'll go very nice with this look today. I'm going to use the F13 blush brush from the UA Studio line. And I'm not going to apply too much, but I think this color will be nice. So for highlighter today, I thought I would pull out this e.l.f. palette, the Illuminating palette. And this is old, you guys. Mine is really disgusting. As you can tell, I've hit pan on this light shade here. And I think that's the one I'm going to use. I really don't reach for these bottom shades a whole lot, so I'm just going to take a little bit of this. These are very powdery, so just be careful when you press your brush in here. And this highlighter palette is definitely a lot softer, so I thought this would be perfect for this easy, soft, glam look for fall. Tiny bit on the nose, and that's about it. Nothing too crazy at all. Alright, so to lock everything into place, I'll be using the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro setting spray. So let's move on to the eye look. I wanted to do something simple and easy where any of you can recreate this look in a jiffy, super quick and easy, but still a little bit glam and definitely fall appropriate. So I pulled this out the other day and used this when I did like a quick little Instagram live, get ready with me, and fell in love with this palette. Forgot how amazing this is. It's from e.l.f. It's the new Classics palette, eyeshadow palette. I believe I did a look with this and a review when it first came out, and it just has a lot of basic, easy, wearable colors. I mean, you can see here, it's a beautiful palette. You got a nice mixture of mattes, deeper colors, and lots of beautiful like shimmers. So that's the palette we'll be using today, and I pulled out all of my Jordana liquid eyeshadows. I don't really have that many liquid eyeshadows, but I do have all of these ones from Jordana. These are fantastic. They're easy to use, they're long wearing, and they sort of dry down to like an eyeshadow. They're not like super drying on the lid or anything like that, but they're actually really easy to work with. I feel like they're pretty foolproof. Alright, let's start with the Classics palette here from e.l.f. I think I'm going to take the shade Truffle. I've been reaching for this one a lot. Just a nice matte, warm, nude brown. I'm using the number 5 Pro brush from BH Cosmetics. And I'm just going to go back and forth, windshield wiper motions in the crease, and then circular motions, and we're just gonna slowly build this up. I'm taking the eyeshadow C brush from e.l.f. Cosmetics, and I'm taking that same color, Truffle, and I'm just going to really pack this on the lid, same color, just using a different brush so it doesn't go all over the place. And you can see when you apply this really concentrated, the color looks slightly different, right? I'm just going to take that same brush, not picking up any other shadow, and just going back and forth just to make sure everything's nice and blended. And on the lower lash line, again, same color, Truffle. And I'm taking the e.l.f. contour brush. I really like this for the lower lash line. Again, I'm just going to pick some of that up. And I like to sort of stamp this on first, starting at the outer corner here and working my way in. And just going back and forth, connecting that up to the lid and crease. Alright, I'm going to take a little bit of this cream shade right here. It's just a matte cream in this angled brush. It's the E140 from the Bamboo brush set. I'm just going to take a little bit of that and go right underneath the brow and just do like a little matte highlight there. Alright, so now we're going to have some fun with these Jordana Made to Last liquid eyeshadows. And here's what they look like. And the shade I have right here is called Around Town Brown. So I always scrape off the excess because a lot does come out. Kind of a fuzzy, flat, weird applicator, but it actually works really nicely. So all we're gonna do is we're just going to gently apply this to the center of the lid. And I'm staying pretty close to the lash line because this shade is a bit dark. I'm going to use this brush here. It's the E143. It's a nice flat synthetic brush. It's going to blend this out really nicely. So these don't set super fast, but you do want to sort of work kind of quickly with them. So I'm just literally tapping my brush and kind of sweeping through the crease before this sets. And I'm going to take my finger and just kind of smudge the edge here. It's so pretty. This color is so pretty. And then again, if you want to go back in with that first blending brush and just kind of dust that over the edge, you can do that if you want to. If you want to, you don't have to. If you blend it out with your finger enough, you don't have to do that. So for the lower lash line, I don't want to add that because it does have a lot of glitter. So we're just going to use this matte shade here called Earth, again from that really nice e.l.f. palette. And I'll use the same contour brush. I just wiped it off on a towel. I'm just dipping a tiny, tiny bit into that color. And all I'm going to do is blend a little bit of that, just smudge it on this outer V. Just going back and forth, nothing fancy. So I always like to go back through with my transition shade. So we're going back into Truffle, same brush. And I'm just going to add a little bit more. Just make sure that color is shining. We want her to really shine. And then I'm just taking whatever's left on this brush and just kind of looking up towards the ceiling and just running this brush underneath. You don't have to do this, but I just want to blend that into that darker shade. Alright, so we're going to highlight the inner corner really quickly, and I'm going to use the shade Forever Sand. And this is just a really nice, kind of soft champagne color. Again, this is one of the liquid shadows. All I want to do is take a brush. This one is really tiny. I think this is actually a lip brush. It's the I can't tell if that's a 6 or an 8. It's the F16 or F18. I will have all the products linked below, you guys. I'm just going to take my brush and take a little bit of this. I just find this is a little bit easier to apply. And I'm just going to put a little here, a little there, and woo-wee! Look at that. Oh my gosh. And then I'm taking a little bit of Blanc, the shade right here, and I'm just going to set that. You don't have to do this step, but I'm just going to, I love to layer powders over the creams. So that is it for the eyeshadow. Super easy to do. It's not too overly complicated. So at this point you could just pop on, you know, some mascara and be done. You could skip the liner if you want to, but I am going to add a little bit of liner. I really love this one from Flower Beauty. It's the Vinylize Glossy Gel Liner in Bronzed Out. So I'm just going to apply this to the waterline. So I'm just going to take that same liner and I just kind of sharpened it a little bit. There's actually a sharpener at the bottom, which is great. And I'm just very lightly going to go along the lash line. Again, this is optional, but these pencils are just so nice and creamy and gel-like. I just love these pencils. Alright, so I'm just going to apply some mascara. I really love the Flower Beauty Lash Warrior Mascara. So while the mascara dries, we're going to move on to the lips. And I picked out this right here from e.l.f. Cosmetics. It's their, I think it's called their Day to Night, like Night to Day Lipstick Duo. And this is in the shade Need It Nudes. Just comes in this sort of tube shape. And on one end you have a darker lip color. And this one's a nice deep nude. And on the other side, you have one for daytime, so this one's a little bit on the lighter side. I think I'm going to go for the lighter shade. It's just a nice nude. Oh yeah, this will go really nicely with this look. These lipsticks are so hydrating, so if you're looking for a lipstick that has a really creamy finish, and these definitely are moisturizing, you should definitely give these a try. I'm actually going to mix in a little bit of the darker shade as well and just see how that works. I'm going to add just a little bit. Oh yeah, I actually like that better. So here's the finished look, you guys. I really love how this turned out. Just a super easy eye look. Soft glowy skin, really soft glam fall look. I wanted to show you guys the eye look up close before I put on some false lashes. You guys know I have to put on false lashes. My eyelashes naturally are just so tiny and I feel so naked without falsies. So here is the finished eye look without the false lashes, just to give you guys an up close. And here is the finished look with false lashes. So that is everything, you guys. This is the completed look. I really love how it turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, all the products I used today will be linked below, so make sure to check that out. Give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment below, tell me what other looks you guys want me to do for the fall season. The holidays are coming up, so I'm super excited to do some like super glam holiday looks. For more cruelty-free beauty, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I post on Tuesdays and Fridays, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will catch you all in the next video. Remember, smarter beauty is better beauty. Bye, guys.